How you doing? Gary Port at NY Divorce Facts, Port and Sava, here with, of course, Matcha, Azuki, Kosho, and, of course, the sweetie, Yuzu. You know, it's funny, when the birds misbehave, we put them in for the cage for a timeout. My youngest daughter calls it jail. So most times the birds are pretty good, although Matcha is probably the one who misbehaves the most. He will sometimes, just for the hell of it, swoop down on someone and bite them on the neck, the ear, the face. I'm sure he has a good reason for doing it. He just doesn't tell us. And that earns him a little stay in jail, doesn't it, Matcha? And I decided, well, today, why don't we talk a little bit about jail and how that relates to child support. Now, in child support, we get an order from either a support magistrate or a judge that says the non-custodial parent will pay a certain amount of money. That is a court order. Violation of a court order is punishable by criminal contempt. Let's talk about what contempt is. If a judge issues an order, the order is clear in its face. You shall pay $250 a week. That's clear on its face. It says what you have to do, and you don't do it. That's a violation of a court order. Now, when you violate a court order, the judge has to make a determination whether it was just you violated or it was willful. The difference between is sort of like, I know the order was there and I just didn't abide by it. That's contempt. Willful contempt is, I know there was the order and hell no, I ain't going to do it. Now, with a willful contempt, the magistrate or the judge can put the non-paying parent in jail for up to 90 days. Now, some people say, well, great, I'll do the 90 days and then I don't have to pay the child support. Yeah, not quite. Let's say you have to pay $10,000 in child support. Judge puts you away for 90 days. You have a choice. You could pay the $10,000 and then you don't go away to jail for 90 days, or don't pay the money, go to jail for 90 days. When you come out, you still have to pay the $10,000. Oh, yes, and now you've got 3 more months of child support to pay. Not exactly a smart move. Now, there are people who say, well, I can't pay the child support. I lost my job. I had this problem or that problem. Well, that may get you out of willful, but it's still contempt. So if you lose your job, you don't sit back and do nothing. You have to immediately run to court to get a downward modification based upon the loss of job. Then you've got to show the court that you were making diligent efforts to find a new job. If you lose your job and then sit on the couch all day watching daytime television, well, that's not an excuse, and you probably can be found in criminal contempt. But let's say you're 55 years old, you've lost your job, and as we know, a lot of firms don't hire 55-year-old people. And you walk into the court with a stack of resumes, yay high, and you say to the judge, I've been trying. Well, the judge might not find you in contempt. So you got to be very careful. If you are the parent looking to get the child support paid, contempt may be a useful tool. If you're the parent who contempt is going against, if you can make any payment whatsoever, I urge you to do that. I also urge you to consult with an attorney. Now, it's kind of tough if you go into court with an attorney saying, Judge, I can't pay the $10,000 or the $5,000 in the child support. And sitting next to you is an attorney that you paid $5,000 to. Not a good look. So you do have a bit of a problem. Judge wants to put you in jail for contempt. You need to have an attorney. And if you hire one, well, then you have money to pay for child support. It's sort of a catch-22. Now, if you're unemployed, you have no money, the court will give you a free attorney to defend you in the contempt action. But if you have a good job, like you're making $40,000 or $50,000 or more, and you're going up for a contempt charge, the judge is not going to give you a free attorney. The judge is going to make you pay for an attorney. But if you can pay for an attorney, why can't you pay for the child support? It's a very tough situation. My advice is, if you have a child support order, do whatever you can to pay. If something has happened, you got ill, you lost your job, run to family court to get a downward modification. Do not wait on that. And for the custodial parents looking to get child support, contempt is a great, great tool. I've seen people who say, I have no money, and the judge says, fine, bailiff, take him away to jail. Suddenly, It's amazing. The money will appear. You have any questions on contempt and enforcement of child support orders, give me a call at Port and Sava, 516-352-2999. At Port and Sava, I hope you get on with the rest of your life.